I like that. Yeah, that's good. And Tom, just turn your head a little bit this way. Eyes at the camera. Khalil, tilt your head a little bit more. Yes, right there. Okay, I'm ready.
He is leaving?
I'm going to start an internet company.
Do you want twists or braids?
I don't want twists.
Do you want braids?
No, I don't want braids.
You want just two open ponytails?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's what you've got. Okay, look at me. Look at me. It's okay. They're actually, if you look, they're pretty far off. One's up in the front and one's in the back. Do you want them even?
No.
I want them even.
No, I don't want them even.
Don't move. This is not good enough. Gotta get them more even. Well, I know. Life is tough, babe. It's a lot of things, a lot of hardship in life. And one of them is your father doing your hair. That's one of the hardships of life that little girls have to deal with, just like you.
How's that? It's beautiful.
So what do you think?
Oh my God, you're wearing a suit that matches.
I'm wearing a suit.
And a tie.
And a tie.
I have an important announcement to make. And that is that we have a new CEO. He has recently left Goldman Sachs and is now on full-time with Public Data Systems, soon to be GovWorks. So, Khalil, welcome to the team.
Thank you, Tom.
We're glad to have you here.
And I want to, in the same vein, thank you guys for your patience. This is the beginning of a great thing. And I'm grateful to all of you for the confidence in me as we're going to be able to make this happen. And we are going to be able to make it happen.
Just, I mean, look at that on the screen and tell me that this is not the brand of the 21st century. GovWorks.com.
We got it.
This is it. Well done.
Do you use email? Are you on the internet at all?
No.
Do you use email?
I really don't.
You do?
Yes.
Let me ask you a question. If you had you have a company, we're choosing between two names.
Right.
One name is GovWorks or Nextown, Nextown. If you were going to invest in one
In
of those
Nextown.
two, you would rather invest in Nextown than in
Why?
GovWorks?
Why?
Why?
Sounds better. I don't know.
Next
Just
time.
attract me more.
I don't like government. I don't like being a company. It's called Gov.
Listen, 10 minutes ago, bro, we were slapping high fives and giving hugs and spreading love. And now you're ready to quit the company.
What company do you work for?
Next Town. You work where? In the Next Town?
Let Kalel work for Next Town.
Do this with me. Yeah, do it.
Yeah, what's the name of your company?
Next Town Technologies.
I work for GovWorks.
What do you do?
Oh, we're an internet portal. We facilitate interactions between local government and their constituents. We help government work.
That's you don't have $11.
I got $4. You shaking us down?
Charge it, Dave.
This is the $1 billion startup. Can't pay for dinner.
You know what? Forget about investors. What do you want?
See, I want the company to be called untocaesar.com. That's the whole problem.
Okay. Hi, I'm Kalel. Coming to sell you a $2 million systems integration, Mr. Mayor. And I'm from Unto Caesar.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Come on now.
I can live with it because I love it.
You know what, at this point, Kalel, why don't you close your eyes or take a walk and come back with a decision? Because that's ultimately what it's going to have to be. And when you come back, the decision is going to be final and definitive, and we're all going to be happy about it.
I'm going to go meditate for about 2 minutes. I did what I do before every major decision in my life, and that is sit and meditate. And I decided that we are GovWorks. And that's it. Let's call it govworks.com for now. We're not entirely sure what it's going to be. But you go to govworks.com to do basically anything you do with local government. It's a pretty tremendous market space. It's a vertical market of $586 billion. When you look at parking tickets in New York alone, it's about a $500 million market. So there's a lot of money sloshing around in this marketplace. To get a few crumbs of it means a lot. We think we have a set of relationships and that can make this happen.
It's a matter of execution. You'll get the money.
Right.
I mean, you've seen that. You'll get the money, and I think you'll get the team. I think it's a business that goes. Who do you think? Who's the competition?
The guys that potentially keep me up at night, sidewalk.com or City Search or somebody's deciding that they want to do this.
That's why speed is king. I mean,
Yeah.
first mover advantage is they'll be like any other market. There'll be 2, 3 people who make it here, 1 who gets half the market, 2 other people who share the other half, and everybody else who loses.
Right.
I don't know if you were harder.
Well,
Or you can make it come up and attention.
come on. Let's get out of here. Go, you need to get dressed. You can sleep in the car, but let's go.
Why is it?
Come on, you slept 2 hours. What more do you need? You're a superstar. You don't need more than 2 hours sleep. Come on. Come on. Get up. Okay, let's get out of here in 5 minutes, all right?
Uh-huh.
Can't believe it, dude. We're here.
By the way, you keep saying we're in San Francisco. This is not San Francisco. This is Silicon Valley.
It's ringing. Is that a cell phone?
Hey, it's Tom.
Hey, baby. I want to pass on some good news. I can hardly contain myself. I got a lunch Kleiner Perkins at noon.
Fantastic.
And I just got off the phone with the guy there. And he said, we really like your idea, we know everybody in the Valley. We just want to talk about the idea. You know, we'll help you shape the idea as well. And if we're able to do this, we can move extremely fast. It's starting to pay off for us, man.
I want you to know that I have probably 5 or 6 people coming in for tech interviews tomorrow. So it's like an I've already canceled a couple of things for tomorrow. It's an unbelievable schedule.
Thanks, gentlemen.
Bye.
Okay.
Wow, these guys are freaking out.
It's fucking awesome, man. I mean, it's just like now we're actually standing outside the office of Kleiner. Oh my God, like it's beautiful out here. So, anyway, it's really nice. It's really nice. So,
the last point I was going to make for you is that works has a very specific meaning in the software world, and it refers to a very lightweight, low-end product.
The guy basically gave us very candid advice, does not like working with government, felt like we have to be on the West Coast to run an internet business, said we were passé because we went in with documents instead of a computer presentation, said that, we were, 2 to 3 years behind the times, that we, didn't have anybody with startup experience. He didn't like the sapient relationship, didn't like the IT implementation experience. I mean, he was just there to tear us apart.
he said the East Coast sucks.
He said, if you have a business in the East Coast, you're going to spend all your time here anyway. It's not as if he did it out of the goodness of his heart.
This guy doesn't get it.
Get a story. Or we can switch. No, we gotta switch to West 4th and get this one. They're fun about. It's a good question, guys.
700 billion?
I would guess. I mean, it's one of the larger funds in the country.
Name recognition, I've got it still is.
I'm not sure you and I have met yet. I'm Tom from
Tom, Dave Hodgson. I gotta get 3 cards. Who wants them?
All right, love one. Thank you.
We're not replacing government. We, to answer your question, 3 years from now, we want to be a place that facilitates government processes that make economic sense to us. And, the place that you think of, like 3 years from now, the first place that you think of to deal with red tape locally, that you just think, like, there's got to be some application on govworks.com.
I'm very interested in the building space. People will come into town hall and they say, we can't find the building plans. There's an obvious solution to that. We get a digital camera, we set something up in the vault downstairs. Someone requests the building plan online. It gets uploaded to our server. They, give us $50 and they've got it on CD-ROM.
Having said that, that's not the business we're in.
No, but it is. But it's a business. It's a business, and it's part of what we can do.
Stuff doesn't change. Like Tom goes into this story about digital cameras in the basement of some place in Springfield. It's got nothing to fucking do with our business. And it's like, I could talk about like some retail business in Virginia that I think was like, and it doesn't matter that it's like neat or that it occurred to him when he was in Springfield. It's got nothing to do with our business, and it makes us look unfocused, and he does it again and again and again. What the fuck? And not only... Fuck. Swear to God, the business will fail if he does that. Tom, Kaleo, we need to have a strategy discussion immediately. I don't care if I missed the first data meeting and you missed the rest of the day on Sapient, because we're giving different messages to different people, and we can't do that. We can't have a meeting with Strong Capital where we give one message and you walk in the room and say, I disagree, and this is the other way we're going to do it, kind of thing. It's really, really painful for me to try to make this successful when I feel like I have to fight at each juncture every single day on the same issues, man. Please call me as soon as you can on my cellular. So I just wanted to kind of open it up to discussion. Maybe I feel more strongly about it than other folks, and maybe there's.
When I sat there,
I wasn't thinking, oh, here's a VC that we want to impress. I was thinking, oh, here's someone who's on our team, who's funded us, who wants to have a discussion about our strategy, and we should, you know, play devil's advocate in both directions.
We should all trust that any one of us will represent a vision of the business that will be seconded and thirded and fourth and fifth by other people on the team, even if we don't really know. Even if the part that we're seconding is, well, we're exploring that. That's something we're debating. Even if it's like, you know, yeah, we're really excited about this. And, you know, even if this might change later, then we'll all change it once and we'll all have a unified story while we're changing. But because we're, you know, the act of the contradicting each other is so much bigger than the act of actually what the substance of the conversation is, because that's what they're looking for. They're looking for that
from day one.
Right.
Is that's what they're looking for?
I agree, but again, we were in our confrontation and debate space.
We should never be in that space in front of anybody. He's the lead investor in this company.
The price, right?
This guy is price setting in the second round. I mean, the impact in the room.
I understand that. And
Okay.
I don't want to hear it.
The chairman and former CEO of Jackson Securities in Atlanta, and the chairman of the Maynard Jackson Youth Foundation.
You're going too fast. After the Jackson Securities.
He's the chairman and founder of the Maynard Jackson Youth Foundation.
As many of you know, Khalil and I went to high school together. We've talked over the last couple of years about starting a business like this. And back in November, when he called me and he said, this was after almost a year of throwing ideas back and forth, like virtual tombstones and online wedding registries and a whole host of other things, he called me and he said, how about parking tickets? And, you know, I said, wow, Khalil, that is the best idea I've heard in a long time. And thank you, Khalil, for leading us here. Finally, I would like to invite Maynard Jackson to close for us. He's, as you know, three-term former mayor of Atlanta, Georgia. It's great to have him on our board of directors.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I see this group as more than a company. I see this as a mission. I think there's great success lying down the road, and I think the primary reason for the great success is it's a legitimate idea to help people. And incidentally, we're going to make a lot of money. That's the best of all the worlds. This is an enthusiasm shout. So everybody stand up. Take your hands out of your pockets. Put them by your side. Get a deep breath. I'm going to ask you, what are we going to do? You're going to say, rock it, but you're going to lift this roof. When are we going to do it? Every day. How are we going to do it? Every way. Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes.
What are we going to do?
Rock it.
When are we going to do it?
Every day.
How are we going to do it?
Every way.
Thank you. Sure. You look really good now. Shut up. Irresistible even.
Shut up.
Morning. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Is Bob around?
Yes, he is. And your name is?
Khalil Isasa Tasman. And a card? Tom?
Yeah.
This world we're about to enter is like, I get a real kick out of this stuff. So I'm going to be a bit of a
No problem.
hard ass. You know, as much as you'd rather be back in the office, I'm realizing that I would much rather for you to be here.
Done.
Is that okay?
Yep.
This is Khalil Isasa Tasman from govworks.com. I need to speak to Isaac.
Uncle Laley, he's not in at the office at the moment. Can I take a message, or would you like his voicemail?
Let me ask for your advice. It's an urgent call. We're at Highland Capital in Boston. They just put a term sheet on the table.
Uh-huh.
And Isaac is our counsel.
Right.
And we have basically about an hour window to sign or not sign this thing. We're about to transact, you know, definitely the biggest transaction of my life.
Okay.
And it's a pretty big number. They're offering to put in a $17 million investment in the company. You can understand my.
Yeah.
We're basically negotiating the sale of our baby here, so. I'm sure glad you didn't go back.
Oh, yeah, this would suck to be here alone, huh?
Yeah.
I'm glad you got a good night's sleep, too.
Yeah. Not as much as I would like to. Who the hell is our fucking lawyer? It's embarrassing the hell out of us that we don't have legal representation. I mean, really. I mean, it really doesn't make sense. And we need to get eyes on the term sheet, and we need feedback now.
Let's
dump them after they do this,
Absolutely.
yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous, but it's ridiculous.
Tom, I think my computer just blew up, and I just did this whole spreadsheet.
What happened? Has your screen been...
The screen started like little things started appearing on the screen and breaking up different applications, and then I did the shutdown.
Well, Isaac speaking.
Hi, Isaac. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm okay. You have us in the lurch here.
Well, hey, listen, I apologize, guys, but, you know, I've been out of the office, and I'm still at the printer. I've been here for the last 4 days.
We've done our diligence on these guys, and they have, I mean, they're the only VC that I've at this point visited, you know, probably 12 of the top 15 VCs in the country. They're the only ones that everyone likes. We want to do this. The question is, do you think we're getting screwed?
These guys are talking all nice about how, you know, they don't want to be too in our faces, and they want to let us, you know, continue to run things, and you know, they're not going to be too controlling about who we bring in as other investors and all of this stuff. And you know, you definitely get the sense that once all said and done, they're going to definitely be aggressively managing this investment.
You know, Bob Higgins from Highland just walked in the room, so whenever you guys are ready, just let me know. Bob Higgins, this is partner Wilson Sonsini, Isaac Vaughn, who's
Hi,
our
Isaac.
counsel.
How are you? Great. What's the total amount of money we're raising?
Up to $17 million. It's good that you're asking, because it's changed from that document. If on the investment section in the beginning.
I think maybe you should have Isaac. Are you going through this for the first time with Isaac?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe you should get a chance to have him go through it with you. I think you guys should feel well educated on the legal issues, and if we want to have lawyers involved, that's okay with me. But
that's a fair point. You don't have your attorney there, do you?
Correct.
Why don't we split the difference and do a cap at 180? Split it between 4 and 5x. Are you okay with that? You said 4 to 5x.
4.5.
Right,
So
4.5.
4.5. All right, fine.
Okay?
If we agree on everything else, because if we keep reopening, you just reopened the options, which I think was terrific. You just said, Isaac, how do you feel about the options?
I was asking for his opinion.
I know, but I mean, I don't want to agree.
We're not reopening.
I'm open to all these as soon as we can resolve all the issues.
You know that I'm trying to finish this up.
Yeah, so let's finish it up.
We're finishing
Are we
up.
there?
I have one more question. One more question.
Yeah.
I'm thorough. We'd agreed
So
to...
I'm agreeing to none of these things until we surface all the issues. You know what I mean?
Highland is not going to give us anything. They are more trouble to us at this point. They're a pain in the ass. They're telling us what to do with the fucking board of directors. They are giving us a lousy valuation. They're diluting the shit out of us before they come in. And we're wasting our time to boot.
I'm tired of this shit. Like, I just want to, like, just raise the money and go do the fucking thing.
The best things in life are free, but you can keep them for the birds and bees. Money, that's what I want. That's what I want. I need it. That's what I
closed $10 million of the deal yesterday. And yeah. So what do you think is going to happen, Jose?
I think it's going to be Highland Kleiner, 8-6, and we're going to go IPO in 6 months. You're going to be a billionaire.
That's what I want.
You're going to be a billionaire. I'm going to be a lowly millionaire, but that's okay.
Dude, you know, Khalil's two favorite words are heuristic and holistic.
Yeah. I'm so sick of hearing heuristic coming out of your mouth.
Heuristically, you know, it's a holistic heuristic.
No, it's heuristic and it's query. And I'm so sick of hearing both. Query? Query as to whether or not, you know, Khalil will say heuristic again.
And visceral. Visceral is another good one.
Visceral's all right.
They won't close. The VCs won't close until this is a resolved issue.
Okay, well, my personal solution with Key should not stop the financing.
We're running out of money, Tom. Jose's flipping out. He's tearing his hair out. We don't have money. Do you want to call him and ask him to come?
No, I don't want to talk to him.
Each page is in triplicate. What'd you tell him as far as the retreat's concerned?
I told him to go to hell.
Did you really?
No, I said you're not invited. Please don't come. And about that tone and in exactly those words.
No one likes getting nabbed for a traffic ticket, but one website is pitching a way to keep the police at bay, sort of. It's a website that meshes with your local municipality, allowing you to pay everything from tickets to taxes virtually. Kalal Isasa Tuzman is our guest. Welcome to Digital Jam. I promised I wouldn't garble it too much. Why don't you say it once so we get it correct?
Kalal Isasa Tuzman. It's been happening my whole life, Steve, so I'm used to it.
You got, I think, $15 million from the Mayfield Fund. Are you looking for another round anytime soon?
I think they reported that slightly. It was a slightly low number. We raised almost $20 million from a number of players in the West and East Coast. We might do another round in the next few months.
Which would mean that on paper the company is worth what now?
Current valuation of the company is just shy of $50 million.
Maybe I'm speechless. Thank you all very much. This is wonderful. And I don't think that I could ask for a lot more to happen on my birthday. And I have a lot to do before I turn 30.
How old are you now?
I'm 28.
I want to toast my partner and brother Rat, Tom.
And back at you.
And all of you for all of the wonderful, wonderful work in making this dream a reality. And the other one, we need a drum roll for this, a serious drum roll. And the grand prize goes to Jose and Kenneth for closing 18.4.
Appreciate everybody being here, and we're real excited about government going online. We're real excited about EasyGov.com being that destination. We will be available next door for interviews, and we'll certainly look forward to developing a relationship with you all in the months and years to come as we deliver more and more applications over the internet.
Let the EasyGov.com revolution begin.
See this, ironically, as a positive event in this marketplace. There's no smoke and mirrors in that comment. They see it as a sign of fear. They see it as a sign of fear. They know we're launching. They're launching something that is not comparable. They are following our footsteps. They're using our language. They're using our ideas. And it's okay. Imitation is the best form of flattery. I refuse refuse to lose. I will, there the people in this room who have known me for quite a long time, and I get my fingernails into the wall. You have to drag me away. I will not lose this fight. So hang with me. This is going to be a fun ride. I felt it in my bones. I was trying over the last couple of weeks, tell people that I could feel it's going to get bumpy. That's what happens when you've got a great idea and we're in a big market. It's going to get bumpy. It's going to get rough and tumble. Let's stick to who we are.
Before we cheer for Khalil, because...
Don't cheer for me.
Because I think that his leadership in this kind of situation is what is really going to make this happen. I know that a lot of you feel very differently now than you did about 3 minutes ago. And that's because of his ability to lead a group. I also wanted to add a couple of things to that, not the least of which is that I've never seen Khalil lose a fight either, except possibly with me. But
Khalil is Sasha's husband, Robert Kitt. Khalil is govworks.com. Last week they closed an $18.5 million round. They're going to make municipal government efficient.
Good luck.
Quite a challenge.
It's a $600 billion market.
All these markets are big. It's a matter who's going to make money in them. That's a big question.
The former president of New York Telephone, but is now running the world. It's a good thing to do.
It's not quite the free world.
Well, yeah, not quite.
Mr. Rockefeller before he sits down.
People keep saying like, oh, it's great, and it's just amazing how it's growing and all the rest, and yet each morning I wake up with like a morbid fear of just making sure the business survives another day. The VCs are not in this for charity. Scoping its strategy. It's what you're gonna do.
Right, so if we make the scoping decisions and you come back and say, I don't like how this ended up getting scoped, let's rescope it.
there's a certain point at which you do have to give up a little bit of the strategy to us. We can't all do everything. I totally trust you in the venture capital space.
I think that my strategic input into the building of our product is important.
Nobody disagrees.
And I think that it's.
Is it more important than getting the money?
It's not more important than getting the money.
I agree. Now, we might be at a place where we have to compromise to a certain degree, and you just...
I think part of it is a compromising of ego.
It's not an ego thing, and I'm not saying that you're not important in the process, but I do strongly feel that there's a limited bandwidth and there's a lot of stuff to get done, and you need to focus on the financing stuff.
The scope of our product, which I was a person that was deeply involved with creating the vision of the product, is a point at which I need to be involved. And I won't feel comfortable moving forward if I'm not involved.
So let's set aside a time when it's convenient for you, and maybe it's like, from 8 o'clock at night to 8 o'clock in the morning.
We should do a weekend block.
Yeah.
That's what we should
I'm
do.
not available for weekend blocks. I'm with my daughter on weekends, end of story. I didn't tell Tia that I wasn't going to see her this weekend.
Sit down and you get a lap.
Sit down and I get a lap?
Yes. And look, check me up. And look.
You can't jump up?
Yeah?
Yep.
Is there a lap?
Do you want to read a book with me before I go?
Where are you going?
I have to go tonight. I have to go.
I wanted to stay.
I know, but I can't. You're going to hang out with Nana. You're not usually as upset about this.
build. Obviously, we'll test that build. We'll test it all day today, all day. We'll go live onto the site. We'll test it all day on the site, Saturday, Sunday, and then obviously we go public on Monday.
In the ask, I said parking tickets, and it says, help us refine your question. By park, do you mean last name park or first name park?
That's horrible. Parking tickets, you mean the last name or the first name?
No. No, but the last name park?
Has anyone gotten a good answer to anything in that?
No. Not that I know of.
Let's try speeding tickets. Okay, I put speeding tickets in, and it gave me the name of the personnel director in, I don't even know what town. Charles Speed, the personnel director in Amarillo, Texas. Oh, this ask functionality is an embarrassment.
Yesterday he was asking me, mayor first name or mayor last name?
The next biggest issue, I think, is which everyone here in the room discovered, is ask. Ask just simply doesn't work. I can't release this site. I can't put it into the market. There's some very angry board members, and I don't want that anger to come onto my head. We've raised $50 million. We're out in the market raising another $100 million. We're in a market space that could have the leader in this market space is going to be a multi-billion-dollar company. It's the largest uncharted territory on the net. David, when are we going to have a chance to see the final site? Because I'm still waiting stuff on the home page. It's not done yet.
Actually, you can see it from home. As soon as it's up, it's up. But I don't know when to call and tell you and say, okay, that's it, that's the final one.
And I'd like to sign off
Yeah.
before it goes up.
Right. Go downstairs and close testing.
Yeah, it's not there because...
Very good idea.
Close it off.
Yeah.
Thanks very much. Testing is over. You may continue from home.
Okay, good. Let's do that then.
Hey guys, I've asked the entire GovWorks test team to continue their work from GovWorks.
This is stuff that can be done from a different facility.
But this is much more efficient. We have a lot of people here. We have momentum. We're going into a big week. We're paying them $8.5 million.
I understand.
Who cares what they... I mean, seriously, Tom, it doesn't matter. The least they can do is keep the damn floor open.
Take one first. Just gonna piss everyone off. Hey, forget it.
David, I want to keep this floor open.
I didn't... Tom said that.
Okay, great. We're keeping the floor open, guys. I'm sorry, guys, about the back and forth. I'm sorry about the confusion. All right?
Got it.
Thank you.
I'd like to pay my parking ticket before we go live.
So you don't want to pay it on the live side?
Transaction complete. It is a cool little engine. Can I take my 2 seconds right now then as people are leaving and just say thank you? It's been an incredible weekend. The engineers who are here working for the last however many days, it's been amazing. Thanks a lot. Let's go drink some beer. We're live tonight. We did it. What an amazing weekend. Khalil was right. We should have pushed for this, and we did, and we're there.
it'd be good now to, I'll just go over to Khalil Tuzman, the co-founder and CEO of GovWorks.com, to talk, and the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have the great pleasure to be sitting next to Professor Putnam, who used to be the Dean of the School of Government, where I was intended to finish my graduate studies and didn't. So I feel particularly empowered. When it comes to democratic representation, I mean, there's nothing that can fulfill really atomic level representative democracy like the internet.
It was fun. And afterwards, they showed you talking to, Clinton one-on-one.
Oh, really?
And Speedo swears that you handed him like a business card.
I did.
Yeah.
I did hand
Right, I know. You feel like you.
And I also talked to him about the CEO jet.
Did you really? We're all watching, like, we're definitely telling him, like, what the options package is. And
we talked about that stuff. I told him that when he moved to New York, that he should, consider a job with us. That if Hillary wins, that he'll be.
It was unbelievable.
Just call and say, I'm here, I'm okay, it's okay, I'm doing okay, you're doing okay, I love you, I will not be able to see you for about 4 or 5 days, but I'll call you tomorrow. One time I will call you. And Khalil says you measure my love in phone calls. It's not in phone calls. It's that if you pick up the phone and say, Dorita, I'm going to be working until crazy, I won't be seeing you for a couple of days, and I love you and everything's, and I'm okay. Are you okay? Yes, I'm okay. With that, you can keep me going 3 weeks.
Well, not just a bad day on Wall Street, a record-setting bad day on Wall Street. Friday, the 14th of April, 2000, no less, the anniversary of the sinking of the Titanic. A Titanic struggle today for investors. In pointage terms, it has never been this messy, and it has never been this bad.
Our business is in serious trouble.
Our businesses? You mean because of auctions?
A lot of reasons.
Okay.
I just want you to know the degree of urgency. I don't think that I felt comfortable telling the executive committee as a whole, and I just think you should know.
You mean because of the revenue numbers?
Yep. I think we're personally at risk. I've had some pretty ugly conversations with board members over the last couple of days.
And so what are you saying, that the board would consider getting rid of us because of this?
Yep.
Okay, well, that's their prerogative. I mean, that's cool. I'm concerned about the problem. I'm concerned about the revenue. I don't want to give you the wrong idea. I'm deeply concerned about the revenue, but I'm not concerned about the board.
Okay.
I'm not personally at risk. Anyway.
Okay.
I mean, I could be at risk for losing my job. Potentially. Theoretically. Again, that would surprise me, but that's possible. But that wouldn't be the end of the world for me at this point.
I think this is a serious crisis, Tom.
Which one you said he gave? That one?
What are the requirements that we're trying to fulfill? And at a very bare minimum level.
At a very bare minimum level, our business requirements are very simple, and they haven't changed. We need to be able to collect credit cards, we need to be able to collect electronic checks, we need to be able to collect debit cards, we need to be able to collect data on these things, and we need to be able to pass it to municipalities.
Right.
Listen, I hear you, I want to involve you guys, and I understand that you guys think that you know better than me, but...
We don't know better, but we know that what we have today doesn't work. And
no,
we know
you don't know that. What we have today does work. That's the
Then
problem.
why are we fixing it?
We're fixing it because there are problems, because it's not going to do everything that we want it to do for the future. It's a great first step. All right?
Whatever. We're not going to get anywhere in this conversation. It's quite clear. And it's not like we have a bunch of geniuses slinging clothes here. That's not.
I just don't want you guys to tell us, stop doing what you're doing, wait 10 days for us to figure out what we want, so that you can rebuild something totally from scratch based on what you want.
You're doing you ever want us to work together,
Is this a conversation that you want to end by walking out?
There's, I guess, tension, or at least confusion about, the areas that you're going to take on, the areas you're not going to take on.
I do want you to know a little bit about how my relationship with Khalil works, because, we're not really co-CEOs. But in some ways, we really are. Because at the end of the day, we have an agreement that that decisions regarding the company are made by the two of us together. And as a result, I find myself functionally responsible for a lot of things that go way beyond technology.
That's fine, but, respect that there's a structure for a reason.
Roy just sounded like he was about to, have a nervous breakdown. I'm just parking out front right as we speak, so I'll see you there. Bye. Right now, there's no other way to put it, we are getting blown out of the water. Our site is not as good as our competitor's sites. It's not. And that should scare the living daylights out of all of us. I'm a little frustrated as well, Tom, that it has to be laid out as a priority. It should be the MDF's priority all the time. Beat the competition.
We need to be given clear direction so that we can focus our energy on whatever it is that is the most important
Very
thing.
fair point.
And it can't just be, make the site fantastic. That's just simply not specific enough.
When I talk to somebody out there and I tell them I want to raise $200 million at a humongous valuation that gives you no sleep, they go into the first thing they're going to do is go into our site, and then after they go to the site they go, who do they compete with? EasyGo, Link2Go, and that happens to me every day, every day today.
Khalil, too far behind, we're getting hurt. We're getting hurt in ways that you guys don't see. Because Jose and I are on the front lines of that kind of pain. And we know how it could be a fatal blow.
What do we do?
What I'm hearing from you is that you think I'm not the right person to lead this company strategically on technology. I know that on the ground, I'm not the person to manage technology day to day. I'm not the engineer, and I'm not the project manager, and that's why I'm so excited about Vasu. Because he knows how to operate a technology department. And he's going to do a great job.
I don't want this conversation to be about Vasu. I want this to be about you.
Okay.
You don't respect my authority. I think it's safe to say it's difficult to me, not because, I get high off of you respecting my authority, but because I have a job that I'm trying to perform, and it's very difficult to perform that job when that's the case.
I've spent the last 20 years of my life on technology, and now after I get to the point where I'm able to build an organization to do that, I'm just going to...
If we're co-CEOs, then we're co-CEOs. But don't tell me anything different. And if that's the way it works, then I need to know that that's the way you think it works. And you know what? I'll leave. It's the same discussion we had before. It's not going to work. So I need to know, what it is you want to do. And then I'll make a decision about whether I stay.
Okay. I'm going to go on vacation for 2 weeks. And I'll
communicate with you, and I'll communicate with Julie and Bob. That's about it. And it's very difficult to do.
You know that, I love you. These are difficult things to say because
you just need to make sure that Neil Wising's health is appropriately received on the 20th, and that Melissa is taken care of. Alex, this is Tom Herman. How are you? Good. I haven't spoken to you for a while. I'm at a point where the company is considering bringing in some more senior talent, and so there's a very good chance that I'll be leaving, and I need to negotiate a settlement with our board, basically. As they try to sort of consolidate leadership with one CEO, I become more and more of a problem, and I understand that. I am. That's my nature. They've asked me to take 3-month time off, paid time off, with continued vesting. So I feel like I should settle now instead of settle in 3 months.
Tom's a friend of mine. We've been working kind of 20-hour days for a year and change on this stuff. So it's tough, but it's important to kind of separate the business from the personal.
Yep.
It's the right thing to do, from the company's perspective.
He was basically the one that got me started, gave me the chance, and
I have gotten legal counsel at this point, and my counsel has told me, don't leave the office. He said, go back in and tell them, and this is what I'm basically telling you, go back in, tell them that you're ready to work things out, and that you don't want to take a vacation until you're given formal notice of something or other that is in writing and is sent to my counsel.
While I wish we weren't on this path, I understand you're following counsel and you're doing what you need to do. So I know that yeah. And so I would do the same thing. I just please as you go about this process, anything you can do to keep the team, even if you don't agree with what's being done, I'm trying to keep it as positive as possible. So
it's not something that the rest of the company needs to know about. It could be between you and me and the board.
All right.
I mean, it could have a settlement attached that includes a significant cash component. I've requested that. I'm assuming that the board is working on that. But now I'm also telling the board that I will not leave the office until that is dealt with. Please don't take my change in attitude as anything personal. I still honestly have as first and foremost in my mind the interests of GovWorks, but not to the exclusion of doing what my own legal counsel suggests that I should do.
Okay. Thanks, Tom.
So.
I feel like I'm on the verge of getting into a sort of a nasty fight with the board and with Khalil about my termination.
Take a month and get some perspective,
Get some perspective? Yeah. But what's going to happen in a month? I mean, I can't leave if Vasu has everyone pitted against each other and the entire tech team's going to quit while I'm away. That's my problem.
No, it's not anymore.
Well, but it is my problem if I have 1.2 million shares in the company. Hey. Hey, guys. I wanted to let you know where I am and what I'm doing.
Okay, let me write that.
There's not much to write down. I've been working on, and you can pass this message on to Khalil if you want or not, whatever. I've been working on the Louisiana State Portal thing with AMS and with Microsoft, and I am continuing to finish that stuff. I'm here to work.
Okay.
I like my job, and so I'm doing it.
Okay.
This letter is a request for termination. I mean, why don't you want to negotiate this or talk about it before you go to this? And you and the board are on board with that. Okay, because you understand that if there is no possibility for a cash settlement, it's going to get very ugly. And I would add that I would, you know, much prefer that that you chill out a little bit instead of precipitating this, and let me stay in the office while you try and work out an adjustment to my employment agreement so that I can comfortably take a leave of absence, which is obviously I want to support you in making that happen. I don't know, you're making a mistake, but I understand that you need to run the business as you need to run it, so that's your prerogative. Thanks for the letter. Bye. Sorry, guys.
That's okay.
Go ahead. Actually, all right, why aren't you on the executive committee call right now?
Because I'm officially just walking around with you to make sure everything's cool. They asked me to do that, so I said, oh, great.
Here.
I didn't know what that meant, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit the road.
Great. Have you just been downstairs? Yes. Everything's all set? Yes, Tom Herman has left and we've started the security measures with him. Do you know where Darren is? Darren is out of the office. We're just on the phone with him and Karen. Okay. Darren has started the security process.
Tom is no longer with the company. And he has been escorted out of the building. No. And measures are being put in place. People are going to have to show their ID coming in and stuff like that. And, no, I'm not kidding.
Good night. Keep an eye out tonight, okay? No problem. Because we dismissed someone today, and we've had security issues in the past. Okay? And let me give you my card. Under no circumstances, don't let anybody sweet talk you. Yeah. If the person shows up whose picture you have there or anything, doesn't matter what they say. You know, if you have to forcefully remove them from the building, just do so. All right? Okay. Thanks, man. Okay. Thanks. Bye. Oh, God. This sucks so badly. He said, I mean, I could not have, he said, if Tom's acting like a mensch, and he's acting like a grown-up, and he's doing things that are productive for this company, then I'm going to be supportive of him having what I think is an outlandishly generous offer of half of what he, I mean, that would give him in a year and a half 2/3 of his total ownership. But I'll tell you, if he's acting like a shit, and he's calling and he calls me, and he's acting like a pain in the ass, then he's going to get exactly what he deserves because he's a kid acting like a kid in a grown-up world. And the thing is that Joel's being harsh. I mean, Joel is harsh. Joel is very harsh, but he's right.
He doesn't trust me. He doesn't trust me. He doesn't trust me. The issue with Tom is not what's happening in the company. The issue with Tom is like number 8 of what's happening in the company. The issue with Tom will work itself out. What's happening in the company is we have flat revenues. We have bloated infrastructure. We have sales cycles that are much longer than we had anticipated. We have implementation processes that are more complex. We don't have a clear path to cash yet. We have some acquisitions that we are working on but may not work out. And we have a bunch of bullshit personal stuff that takes up people's time when none of it's going to mean anything at all if we don't make a successful company. That's what's happening.
Help. A little help. A little more. Okay, I got it now. I got it. No help. I got it. No help. I got it.
You okay?
Yeah. Sell, finance, or bankruptcy. There's not going to be an orderly wind down.
Are you guys still implementing cities?
Well, the sad thing about it is the business has finally turned the corner in that respect. It's very, very, very tragic.
We'll end up with 0.
Not even stock. We won't end up.
Huh? Right, 0. Absolutely nothing. Wow.
You ever talked to Dora?
Dora? No, not since she moved to Florida. Have you?
A little bit.
That was the saddest fallout of the entire 2 years from my perspective. But
no, it's not. The saddest fallout was us. From my perspective. Then Dora, then all the investors and people that believed in us.
you're never going to go anywhere. It is your baby. It's going to stay that way. You can't, even if you set it up for adoption, it doesn't, there's the genetic link, you know, so it's not going to go away. So if I turn this up, then you have to pay royalty?
Yeah.